Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today's video will be about whether or not I feel Uncharted should continue with a new installment, given how it has been close to 6 years since the most recent installment of the Uncharted franchise, The Lost Legacy. And last year we had a PS5 upgrade, Lost Legacy and Uncharted 4. Let's get started. Ever since I have finished Stray, I have been working towards earning the platinum for the Uncharted titles, and now I am working towards earning the platinum for the Lost Legacy, and then after that I should hopefully be moving onwards to a new game which I will be unboxing here on the channel. But anyways, the main purpose of this video is whether or not Uncharted should continue. Now, there are varying opinions on this matter, but we have to understand, all of us, that Uncharted is owned by Sony and not by Naughty Dog. How? Well, Naughty Dog works for Sony, so Sony owns Naughty Dog, so Sony owns Uncharted. In an interview with Neil Druckmann, when the interviewer asked him about Uncharted, he said, "We're done, we're moving on." Naughty Dog, as a company, is done with Uncharted. And we all knew, as soon as Uncharted 4 was released, that this would be the final installment in Nathan Drake's storyline. We all knew this. Despite that, there were still hopes that Uncharted was gonna get continued. However, is that gonna happen or not? Well, after Uncharted 4 was released, they released an expansion, The Lost Legacy, which did not feature Nathan Drake at all. And it was a solid experience. However, the absence of Nathan Drake caused many people to be upset. So now, should Uncharted continue, given how Naughty Dog is out of the picture and Nathan is out of the picture? Should it continue or not? Well, this question is a very difficult one to answer. There are many fans out there in the world who are very close-minded, who are like, Uncharted has to be Nathan Drake and Naughty Dog. And there are people who are like, if it is not made by Naughty Dog, then it is not Uncharted. And if it is not made with Nathan Drake as the playable protagonist, it's not Uncharted. And for those people specifically, I would say it's not worth it. But there are other people who are more open. There are other people who think maybe Uncharted may have a future. If it's a spin-off, if it focuses on someone else, if it goes to another time period, maybe then it can work. But the risk is, when Sony gives Uncharted to another company, how do we know they're gonna handle Uncharted correctly? How do we know they're going to be right? How do we know that maybe they won't mess everything up? That's a huge risk. So Sony giving Uncharted to another company is a huge risk, because they may not know how to deal with Uncharted. They may not know how to develop Uncharted. So it's a huge, huge risk. At this moment, I see 3 options for Uncharted to continue. Option 1, to continue The Lost Legacy. The Lost Legacy has already established a relationship of Chloe and Nadine, and I'm sure they can go on many adventures together. That's a possibility. The other possibility is the ending of Uncharted 4 shows Sam Drake and Sullivan teaming up together. So maybe make a spin-off about Sam and Sullivan. Show us how Sullivan would interact with Sam, what adventures they would go on. That would be a very interesting option. Or thirdly, and perhaps the most likely and the most risk-free option, is Cassie Drake. I think to avoid any risks, what they should do is take Cassie Drake and jump many years into the future and pick it up from there. That's what I think they should do. And not introduce many legacy characters. Maybe Sam, maybe Nate, maybe a brief cameo, but not a major role in the story. Because I do not know if another studio will be able to handle these legacy characters in the correct way. I mean, look at Star Wars. When George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney, and they released a sequel trilogy, they were not respectful to the legacy of these characters. Look at The Last Jedi. The way Luke Skywalker was, it was beyond disrespectful. So therefore, it's a huge risk. However, if Sony wants Uncharted to continue, it will continue. Because Sony owns Uncharted, and they can open a new studio, and they can make Uncharted continue. But I think it should be something fresh, it should be something new, if they don't want to take any risks. If they want to take risks, then make a game about Sam and Sully, make a game about Chloe and Nadine, but that's a risk. Although, out of these options, I think the most likely option is to jump many years into the future and make a game about Cassie. That is what I think is the most likely option. And then introduce new characters, new enemies, maybe even future technology. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think Uncharted should continue? Or do you guys think it should end? Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.